Okay. All right, take your comfortable seat. I love the word play. I think so much about where words come from. And I had this, almost like an epiphany. I've been saying the word kindergarten, and my roots are in Europe, so kinder I know means children, and the garden is the garden, and then it hit me. It's like kinder is kinder garden, and it just changes when you start to think about those things. Really, can change the meaning of words we've known forever. So a kinder garden, I love that. Okay, so let's build a kinder garden inside of ourselves and feel your breath, lift your heart. The shoulders drop and the eyes can drop and the jaw can drop, and take a few moments of resting within our kinder garden. It's inviting in an inner kindness. It's not something we always did. Somehow we don't escape this negative thoughts. They just, at a certain age and stage, we start to criticize ourselves. And now at this stage of life, we can see how harmful and almost silly, I wouldn't say silly, that is. You are perfect exactly as you are. And here we remind ourselves it's unique you. Inhale as you are. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and bow your chin. Tell yourself you love yourself. And we'll call ourselves home and chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 Resting in your stillness, your silence for a few moments. Gently opening your eyes. Might stretch your feet out. We'll just do a little shaky shake, and then you're welcome to stay sitting if it's what you want to do. This is, this works. But I'm going to come up and I'm going to go back to sit across, see what happens. Look at this. Oh, maybe, maybe yes. Oh, maybe yes. You never know. Okay, great. Well, I have this blanket here, and I'm just going to keep it and put the ball on top. And I'm still wearing my socks, just so you know. Oh, start to work out that foot and wake it up. So you can do anything here, the rocking, the rolling, pushing in and getting as deep as I can. Tender tootsies. Yes. Stay on this foot for another few moments. Dropping your jaw. Breathing, softening the eyes. You're going to plant the foot and bring the other leg up and be on these 2 feet, really pressing into that ball with the right foot through the hip. And then I'm going to soften this and roll the ball very gently. So bend in the knee. Okay, we'll find like the right at the center of your foot, the soft arch. Let's just start to push down, and you can bring the weight forward. You could step the leg back if that's better. Just not quite heel down, not quite toes down. Okay, take one more moment. Step off and just stand on your 2 feet and feel. And if you're going on a trip, an easy thing to pack, a tennis ball, and change legs, friends. It's funny, these things, this just pops in my head, but this is something we've done. I don't know if you think, how many times have you done it? Maybe 50, maybe more. Never boring, never the same thing twice, always interesting. Always interesting. The joy of practice. And I can say that about many things, but exploring these things that we know. What's there today is always interesting. Let the breath go. So sometimes when this is very uncomfortable, we can feel a little clench in the tummy and might travel up to the jaw. Okay, and we'll take that, call it a reverse high heel. So the heel's down, walk the other leg, wherever it's gonna go, just really anchor into that ball. Okay, and then we'll release and we'll just gently roll the ball under the foot. So a little bit of balance challenge. And I'm going to find the soft part of the arch and see if I can almost balance the foot so the toes aren't down, the heel's not down. Maybe the weight has to shift. And then, like you're doing Shavasana, soft breath, soft eyes. Step off. Bask in the glory of open feet. So good. All right. Okay, so we'll come down, and if there's an opportunity for a downward dog on our way down, stretch up, take the hands down, walk the feet back, just take a few breaths in the dog. Stretching, you can bend your knees if you like. Come on down. Okay, so our first pose is going to be just lying over a blanket. I'm actually just going to turn it so I have the non-seam side, the more open side at the bottom. Smooth it out. And we're going to lie over this. Your head might be on the blanket. You might want to add another one for your head. And I'm actually going to add an extra blanket just to get more height. So two blankets, one blanket and a head support. It all works. And I think I'm actually going to move this up. So let's stretch the legs out, smooth it out. Okay, I'm just going to play with the camera angle as we're coming down. Okay, put the tennis ball aside, but maybe not too far away. And then you'll sit on the floor so we get that little gentle arch of the low back. Little hips or sit bones, cheeks are on the floor. Low back supported by the blanket. Oh, I still didn't give myself enough room, so come back up. Open your arms out, and it's not a huge drop, but you might notice something. And I'm going to just separate the feet and bring the knees together. We'll start in basic resting pose. You take a few moments when you're here to, cultivate that shavasana, which is the practice of letting go. Bringing your arms overhead just to lengthen through the ribs. And I'm actually like, I take the arms overhead, then I pick them up and stretch them even more. And I get a little more here. And the backs of the hands can rest on the floor. If you need to bend your elbows, do it. And lift the head and just lengthen the back of the neck so the chin will tuck a little bit without, not drawing the chin down. It's just happening. And we'll rest here for a few breaths. Resting deeply into the supports as much as you can. Feel them, back of the heart, the mid back, low back. Move into windshield wiper. It's very gently and slowly shifting yourself side to side, soft eyes, soft jaw. And we'll let the knees drop to the right and just be here for a few breaths and whatever's happening. And if the right hand, if it feels like more supported, it holds the left wrist. You don't really have to pull, it's just the support. Take 2 more breaths on this side. And we'll move through center and take those knees over to the left. And again, maybe the left hand holds the right wrist, right arm, just for support. I actually brought the thumb over as well. And so it's just resting against the side of the index finger, side of the hand. Not holding the wrist. It's just like a gentle support. And 2 more breaths. Dropping back to the floor as much as you can. And bring yourself back to center. You're going to keep the arms overhead and extend the legs. And then open the legs a little bit apart, and we'll start to just move those big toes in towards each other and then open them out. So the whole leg is rolling, the hip is rotating. Let's do this a few times. And then resting, let the legs just relax. This combination of dropping into the supports and the arms and legs extended creates space for maybe a deeper, more spacious inhale and exhale. Feel your breath expanding throughout the whole length of the torso, from the base all the way up to the collarbones. There's that linear up and down, and then there's the expanding out and from the back to the front to the sides. Take 2 more breaths just as you are. Okay, I'm going to keep the legs extended and just bring them as if I'm standing on them. And bring the right knee into your chest. And if it feels better to bend the left leg, that creates more space. Feel what you need this morning. Gently waken this up and just rock this in and out. Soft jaw. Okay, so we're going to hang out here. You're welcome to move your hands or put them behind the thigh. Drop the jaw as much as you can. You let the jawbone and the hip bone mimic each other. So you can soften the jaw, you might feel it in the hips. Start to roll this right foot. Just create some circling. Reverse this ankle. Just reverse again, go a few times. You might feel the muscles in the calf are starting to fatigue. Go the opposite direction a few times. And then we'll just point and flex that foot. And then just come back to that. Let the foot relax and the left leg can relax. Okay, put the right foot on the floor. The fingers are still interlaced. I'll flip the palms, take the arms overhead and stretch the right leg out. If you need to move the hip, just move those feet in and out a few times. Okay, and then we'll bring the left knee in and we change the interlace of the fingers. Just take a few moments to kind of wake up. Find whatever you need to do to settle in. Dropping the jaw, resting the heart space. You can soften your hip crease. Do it. And we'll start to roll that left foot, the ankle, a few times. And reverse your circling. And one more time. Reverse. And reverse. And then we'll go to a point and flex a few times. And then soften the foot and the ankle and the right leg and just be here. Extend the left leg, arms overhead. Rest. Even in the stretch, there's a little bit of stretch happening. Okay, I'm going to change the interlace of the fingers. They're still overhead. Bring the right knee in, just hug it in and out a few times, and then we'll bend the left leg and cross this right ankle over the left knee as you do. Take a few moments and feel, and I'm moving my hips here, so it might look like the knee is moving, but I'm not really moving the leg. The hips are going for a little walk. Okay, and then you want to settle in, and the left foot might walk a little bit to the left. I'm looking for a balance in the back, in the low back, as best as there is today. And we take the left hand and rest it on the tummy, and the right hand, you just massage this right thigh a few times, and maybe just start to open, or put your hands into the hip crease and give it a little massage if it needs it. The outer hips, explore whatever's on offer here. Okay, we'll take the arms out to the side, and now I'm going to move the knee. So I'll bring it in, and we'll all bring it in and open it out a few times. Soft jaw. I notice my shoulders are tensing. And go. Good. Okay. And then we'll stay here. I'm going to invite a thread the needle, but got this blanket, so it makes things more interesting. You might need a strap. And here's my bolster. I could put, if I put the left foot on the bolster, I have a little bit of an extra height. Maybe that's fine today. See whatever your body says it wants today. How can I make a kinder garden within me? That expression, everything I needed to learn, I learned in the kinder garden class. And I see it, it's true. They're treating each other nicely. And so much more than that. You can pontificate on the beautiful things that happen in kindergarten. But you can remember the joys of sitting and making art for no reason other than just creating. Okay, so we're here for another 5 breaths, and just see what can you let go of, or put your awareness into, and massage with your mind and your good intentions. And we'll release that and step the foot off. Move the bolster out of the way if you've got a prop in. And we'll come back to windshield wiper. And release. I'm going to put the hands on the tummy and just let them go for a ride. Massaging. Back to center, and start with the left knee back in. And stretch the right leg out just for a moment or two. And then I'll bring the right leg back in, cross ankle over knee. And then again, I'm going to take these hips for a walk. So everything's moving, but it's just those hips that are moving here. Okay, and then come to the resting stage, and you can feel I'm a little off center. So if I walk the right foot out a little bit, it might bring more center into the back. And then I'll rest the right hand on the tummy, and the left hand will find this thigh, and the outer thigh, the hip crease, anything here. Can you bring love into? And even a gentle press if that's there. Soft, soft jaw. We'll all open our arms out to the side and start to rock this knee in and out. The foot is It's planted. And then coming back and having the foot on something is a great spot for you on this side. Invite it. Just bring it in. Oh, so much to embrace. Welcome it all. Stay where you are for 2 more breaths. And then release that, set the feet on the floor, come back to windshield wiper. Hands can be on your tummy or out to the side or over your head. Okay, so still on this blanket, this works. We're gonna bring both knees in. You might be happier if you scooch yourself back a little bit. It's gonna be more challenging with the hips on the floor, but still doable. So whatever works, bring the knees in, let them rock in and out a few times. If you need to adjust what you're lying on. I'm gonna hug these knees in and drop the shoulders, drop the glutes a little bit. And then we'll start to make circles with these knees. So still holding on. It's not a very big circle. And we'll go the opposite direction. I'm going to reverse. I'm going to take my hands off the knees and take them out to the side and make a bigger circle. You need to be very fast. And in the opposite direction. Let's go back to basic resting pose for a moment. So the feet are wide. I'm going to put the hands underneath the tush. We'll lift up, palms are down, and angle a little bit. And then widen your heels, bring the knees together, drop in here. And we'll shift this into a windshield wiper, using the hands, the wrists. So they're getting a massage. We're also providing this little outer hip area that you might feel some, you can use the word discomfort, whatever it is. Yes. Let the jaw go. Okay. Bring yourself back to center and lift the hips up and take the hands out. Just feel that nice bit of release. Okay. We're going to come up just to adjust our cross. So I'm going to rock and roll a few times. Do one more. Okay. So I'm going to stay on the one blanket. And if you only had one, grab another one. And this one we're going to, let's do a trifold. So I fold it like that. That might be too much, actually. Let's see. This could be an option. I'm gonna make mine a little smaller, so I'll still do this. It turns out to be a, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it might turn out like this. It could be a roll too. And I'm gonna put it in the middle. This blanket. And then I'm gonna sit here. But this is gonna be for the small of the waist, and the head's gonna be down. If you know having your head below your heart isn't helpful for you, grab another blanket or block. So I'm gonna sit on the blanket. I'm gonna bring this extra one into the small of the waist area. So, oh yeah. Okay, so we have a little back bend. And once you're down, it's gonna be maybe easier to adjust this blanket. So you find your, I'm gonna say sweet spot, soft, creamy center. Between the hip bone and the ribs, side of the ribs here is on here. And if it's too big, make it smaller. Let's just take this supported cat pose. It's a cat pose. Okay. Arms, whatever feels good. As you move the arms, you get more of an opening. You see what feels okay. I'm actually going to interlace the fingers and pop them behind my head. Get this opportunity for this to happen. And then the legs can stay bent or they can go straight. Oh, okay, I hope this feels nice. So do less, do more. And we're gonna rest here for 3 minutes. Might change the interlacing of the fingers halfway. And then the work is in the letting go. Any places of discomfort that come in, if you can be with them. But if it feels like it's too much, don't force yourself to stay in a place that doesn't feel good. Or feel doable. Maybe I'll take up a little bit doable. So we're just focusing on the flow of the breath and the dropping into the support. Change the interlace of the fingers. You have them behind your head. And feeling the breath is this invitation to irrigate these places. Okay, our final few breaths. We'll explore windshield wiper here before we come out. So maybe you'll bend your knees if your legs are straight and then just explore it. It might just be a little bit side to side. Things shift and change. And then back to center. I'm going to lift the hips and take this little blanket package to the sacrum. So that part that was lifted now gets a chance to go the opposite way. Let's drop in. So make this support under your hips as big or as wide as you need. So it's comfortable, make it less, make it more. And then we'll come back to this basic resting pose. So heels turned out, knees in, arms again, anywhere you like. And we'll rest here for a few moments. You're welcome to stay in basic resting pose if you want to stretch your legs out. Do that. You're gonna bend the knees again, and we're gonna come to windshield wiper, as big or as little, just rolling your body side to side. Come to center. I'm going to stay on this height and bring both knees in. And when you have a height, sometimes changes things, makes things nice. A little bit of extra weight coming into the torso. You put your hands wherever you need them to be, behind the thighs, top. Take another 3 breaths, just like this. Start to extend the legs, and wherever they go, that might be up in the air. That might be lovely for you. Embrace them in the kinder garden of you. And here, I'm just going to find that little blanket support I was on and just push it down and let the hips come down, everything down, feet down. And this blanket is just, it's not in use, just have it there. We'll come back to a windshield wiper. We're going to move into twist on the right side. So you might use this extra blanket, grab your bolster. Twist can be so many things. You just drop the knees over. This is super effective. I'm going to go a little deeper. I'm going to put the left knee over the right, and then I'll lift the hips, shift them over to the left, and bring the knees down. And so it is a deeper twist. So make this twist a place where you can be here. Left shoulder, my left shoulder is lifting. It's not uncommon. So you can prop it up and anchor the right, twist a little more, see what happens. Finding that place where soften your jaw, your eyes, everything we've been practicing is dropping in and expanding breath. Let your legs relax. If you're really holding them, let them do what they need to. They'll find a place. The last few breaths, softening your feet and your palms, your third eye. Gently making your way back onto your back. And as you come onto the back, the windshield wiper, hug the knees and anything that you feel intuitively nourishing. Okay. Preparing for your second side. The props. Okay, so the knees can gently drop to the left, or you can cross the right knee over the left. Lift the hips, shift the hips, and take them over. Whatever. Then you let the pose unfold. So I might come in with the knees there, and then the legs want to just go good. Let that happen. Twist the chest a little more. The body be in its softened or softening state. Staying with the breath, and maybe you can even feel the breath moving into the back of the right side, ribs area, into the shoulder. Once you're ready, you gently move your way out carefully. And then once you're back on your back, maybe a windshield wiper or hugging the knees in, either one. Release. Good. Okay, I'm going to come up again just to reposition the props. Take advantage of a little rock and roll. And two more. All right, so we're going to come to Supta Baddha Konasana, and we're going to rest there. I mean, it might even be through Shavasana, so we'll see what feels good. Okay, I'm going to use the bolster. You're welcome to put blocks under the bolster always. Okay. Classical is without the blocks, but something very lovely about that. And then we're gonna have some support for underneath your knees, your thighs. I'm gonna put this blanket back down this way, so the hips have a nice little cushion. And then I'm gonna grab a big blanket to cover myself with. Stay warm and feel protected and comfortable with the tuck in blanket. Little rapid roll for underneath the thighs. Sometimes thighs is better than the knees. You see what you prefer. Soles of the feet are together. Wrap everything up. I'm actually going to tuck the blanket underneath the feet a little bit. An eye pillow is nice. Oh, and just feel, if the props need an adjustment, it's going to pop up and adjust them. Yes, maybe night. Okay. So this feels lovely. Take the time to make it lovely for you. Pop my iPhone. So we have about 10 minutes. At any time, if you need to adjust or change your legs to stretch them out straight, then go ahead and make it a kinder place to be for your precious self to rest, release, and in all of that, we are receiving. Open heart, open lower chakra area, this power center of you, balancing power center, the heart, the head, everything coming into this place of rest, of restoration. Welcome to continue here for the next few minutes. We will shift into different form of Shavasana. Now is the time. Begin to deepen your breath. Beginning to wiggle your fingers, maybe your toes. Extending your legs if you haven't yet. Stretching your arms. Continue to bring ourselves out. Just remind yourself you're on a height as you roll to your side. Inhale to go tall. Join your hands at your heart as you exhale and bow your chin. We'll seal this practice with one Om. Inhale. Om. Breathing into your hands. Catch your breath. And offer it to yourself as anointing you with you. And send all of that love that we bring into ourselves and send it out into this world. Have a great, cozy day. Sharon, travel safe. We'll see you. Much love, friends. Yes. Hi, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.